All right. We are back in it with the reactions. Thank y'all for liking my other content. Yeah, this it's a reaction channel. It's a reaction to life, reaction to inflation, reaction to prices, reaction to price gouging, reaction to the media companies consolidating to five freaking entities instead of being what it was, 50 before. Let's get into this Chit's Moods video as well. Oh man, he got a lot of, man, he got 50K views. Okay, Chit's Moods. Yeah, but also like, comment, and subscribe. It's gonna help me help you because I like to help the community. So help me grow my community, and as well, like, comment, and subscribe. Let's see what Chit's Mood got going on.
One A Day Women's Multis are made for your overall health, with nutrients for immunity and
YouTube chicks. Get ready. You know what to do, chicks.
Salute to Chick Smooth.
Hey, Chick Smooth, appreciate all the coverage that you've been doing. I've been watching your shit for a while. I just subscribed to your shit too, bro.
Oh boy, here we go, you guys. For anybody that ever wanted to see DJ Akademiks on the Joe Budden podcast this year, or possibly next year, sit right there, buddy, because it's going to be a while. Mona, a.k.a. Don't Call Me White Girl, wants all the smoke with DJ Akademiks. After his recent new hire, Mark Lamont Hill, squashed his beef with DJ Akademiks, Joe Budden just realized in real time, oh shit, once again, I just hired somebody that does not like DJ Akademiks. Now, Mona's smoke with DJ Akademiks actually dates back a couple years ago. Mona did a No Jumper interview with Sharp, and she called out Akademiks for doing war in Chirac. Not only that, but Mona also told Akademiks, you're built like a dyke. Here's what she said a couple years ago about him.
We let real dweebs that wouldn't even jump out the car to cop a fucking eighth. If they made beer illegal, they would have a hard time getting it. They'd be paying $30 for a can of beer because they fucking don't know nothing. We gorillas. Like, once you survive the street and you don't rat, you're not dead. I ain't got that fucked up limp or ain't put me in no chair. I'm a gorilla. You feel what I'm saying? I'm better than you because I survived that shit, period. And the thing about street people is we have knowledge that you can't just go get a degree in. You can have a degree in whatever you want. You can't learn this shit I know. And I damn near can't even fucking teach it. You understand what I'm saying? That look down, that whole like, they're thugs, they have criminal records. That's why you can't be in this culture reporting on it. That's why Akademiks shouldn't have been the person reporting on all the Chicago shit. Because he ain't from 63rd. Like, he don't know shit about shit, but we let these people come in the culture and talk shit. Look at the people we talked about, Gil and Wallow. Gil locked the fuck up, doors kicked in over some motherfucking weed. Him and his bitch went to jail. And she was a square and open her fucking mouth, ain't tell. This lady's a makeup artist. You understand what I'm saying? Fucking Wallow do a dub for robbery. Like, these motherfuckers is talking street shit, teaching street lessons, because they walked on them streets. We let people that's really, like, in the culture that don't have Vlad, Akademiks, trap lore. I don't understand how they're allowed to do that shit. I don't get it. Shit, lightweight Adam. Like, I don't get how the white boys could just come in and do that. Akademiks, I don't want to hear from him.
I don't
know
want
I
to hear
can't.
nothing from him neither.
Let's do a challenge. Put Akademiks in the back of the car, take him to a local weed block, and we challenge him to go buy the eighth. With a Corona mask, not even on no shit. Fitted cap, regular mask, so they just don't know you Akademiks. And I want to see you walk up to the local and get an eighth. And don't kick that. I don't smoke weed. He responded to this fat bitch, I don't smoke weed. Well, you might gotta buy eight for the bitch, because I know she ain't fuck you because you. Built like a dyke. Built like a motherfucking lesbian.
Am I really upset? Would I really be upset about that if I'm at the difference and I'm up? I mean, he's very sensitive, so I get why he would be upset, but I'd be like, yo, I'm up. I've been up for a long time now. No sweat off my back, but I think Akademiks honestly might have a form of hatred for women that he doesn't want to acknowledge, so that's pretty much why I think he goes off on women the way he does. And men. I mean, he might be bisexual.
He built look like a 40-year-old lesbian. He look like a female Manny Fresh.
Now, recently on their Patreon episode, while they were talking about Maino and DJ Akademiks going at each other, Mona brought up war in Chirac once again. She went on to say, yo, I don't really like Akademiks. While I was researching him, his come up, I realized this guy was using war in Chirac, where he was making fun of kids dying out in Chicago, to basically come up in hip-hop. Now, it's always very interesting to watch anytime one person in the room has smoke with somebody everybody else likes. Akademiks has already been up on the Joe Budden podcast. Not only that, last year, DJ Akademiks was at Joe Budden's birthday party. So obviously, Joe, Ice, and Ish are not going to say anything negative about Akademiks. And of course, Mark Lamont Hill was not going to join in either. He just recently squashed his beef.
Well, I think the reason why Joe even likes Akademiks is just because they had a good relationship on at the end of the day. But other than that, I don't know. I mean, Akademiks, I don't see how those two could actually be friends. It's like him and Maul. I don't know how they're opposites, even on opposite sides. So it's kind of weird.
With Akademiks, so Mona was left on an island all by herself. Here it is.
It was long too, but I think my favorite part by far was when he compared their dicks. Maino basically said in so many words that he knows the whores, he knows the hoes, he's in the streets, and the hoes call Act Chicken Nugget. I would like to also say I've heard the same. He said that he is a big dick dominator. It said something like that.
Dictator.
And, he's a big dick dictator. And don't talk to him like that. You can't even stand with him or
How
sit
does that
with
come
him.
back to you? Somebody's like news about their shit being chicken nugget.
With me, because I told this to Joey, I'm the type of person, if my friends say they fuck somebody, the first thing I say is like, how was the pussy? How was it? You know what I mean? So, right there. And not to mention, if you fuck somebody like Akademiks, as big as his mouth is, you're going to say something about that dick being little because it's funny. You know what I mean? Especially his build. He already built like a baby mom. So it's like built like baby mom with this little ass dick. It's funny as shit. Yes, I'm not a big fan of him. I hope that's not nobody's cousin. I said that with love.
I mean, him and I had one of the biggest shows ever. That's all.
I
I
see
don't
your
care.
little show.
We ain't gonna talk about
You made it. You made the show.
We all had a hand in it.
Oh, you don't fuck with that.
I'm just, I just don't.
Did you not gather that from the last
Listen.
2 minutes?
Do y'all really want
Even Martin Lamont Hill, he was like, "Did you not gather that for the last like three minutes she's been talking?" She literally just said he's a dyke with a small dick. Jesus. Get out. If I ain't talked about you, did he talk about her when the allegation of her stealing money from old girl? If he didn't go hard on her and she's saying this type of stuff, a crash out is warranted. I ain't gonna lie. I'd be like, I'll pull up all her old photos and I'm like, hey, I'll make it to where you can't go to Philly because I'll pay every chick in the vicinity to knock your head off. I'll put 10,000 on your head to just knock you out. I'm not talking about killing you. I'm talking about knocking you out.
Do y'all really want to know for real? When I found out the history of him, like how he started, I was just like, what the fuck? People let that fly? Like the reporting on Chicago and stuff like that? I don't know. I'm not a big fan of people that are like not in the streets at all, doing all street content. I just don't get that. Like, you know what I mean? I just feel like you have to be at least adjacent to it to be able to report on it. You know what I mean? In my personal opinion. I don't want to hear shit from a square that wouldn't even walk through these blocks they discuss every day. I don't. That's my personal opinion.
I don't know if I agree. I think good coverage is good coverage.
How can you cover it good if you don't understand it, never seen it, never been there, never been close to it? How can you cover it well? How?
Would that be the same thing as if you compared like I won't say Stephen A, but someone who's never actually played the sport or someone who's not actually involved in that way, but still able to speak about it in a way that sounds like they know what they're talking about?
No.
You wouldn't
not
be
at
the
all.
same?
No. People lose their lives in the street. It's a
Not just
different
that,
thing.
it's a politics that come in the street that if you discussing it from a wide array, you might not understand.
There's a politics that come with everything that you
Not like
You
the
compare
streets.
it to sports.
I'm saying, well, she's saying because he's never come from the streets, he's never done any of the things that happen in the streets, he shouldn't be able to report on it. I'm not saying she's right or wrong. I'm just saying I think if you're a good reporter and you have enough knowledge on how to find out information on something, you can report on.
Let's stop the crap here. He wasn't really. I mean, I guess you could say he was reporting, but he wasn't giving a real subjective, real conscious review of what was going on. He was making it lighthearted. He was divulging information that he probably shouldn't have been. Akademiks wasn't doing a journalistic job. He was just doing a investigative job / comedian outlook. He was not trying to help people. At least a journalist, a real journalist, not paid for by big corporations, will do their due diligence and also try to help those in this situation or use that information in some form or shape or fashion to help those in that situation, to shine light in a positive way, to bring forth help to those in need. He didn't care about them. He never cared. He don't care about black people to the extent that he probably should. Even though he's Jamaican, he's not African American, so he doesn't care. That's just how people view African Americans when they come to this country, that we're low life, low level scum. So he didn't care about those African Americans that lost their lives. He barely cares about African Americans right now. So it is what it is. Like, he wasn't doing nothing that was helpful, beneficial. He only cared because he was garnering attention, gaining a following, and getting money.
In an honest way, even though you have not experienced it yourself.
I didn't say he shouldn't. I'm just giving you the difference between the streets and sports. I didn't say he can't report on it.
Yeah, the politics of sports is much more widely discussed than the politics of
street stuff,
illegal enterprises.
Right, because a lot of times what I see
more
is
accurately and openly.
Okay.
Well, a lot of times what I see is people report on the streets, and then it's always this little twang of like disgust almost. Like, you know, they're stupid, or it was like you don't understand it enough to even have that opinion. You know what I mean? Like, I don't. This is my personal opinion, especially when people he built his whole shit off that. I never knew that. That's how he started with the reporting on all the drill stuff. You know what I'm saying? And so many people lost their lives in Chicago. It's ground zero for that. That's where, in my opinion, Chicago influenced the country, the world. I listened to drill from Germany. You know what I mean? And it's like real drill music has real crime in it. It's assault and murder in it. So, you know.
I feel you. I don't know enough about it to comment on it.
See,
you don't?
No.
And the reason why I don't...
I'm talking about acts, or like I'm talking about in terms of the academics part of it. I just don't know. I don't know his backstory, so I don't know enough about it.
From what I heard, he was reporting on Chicago.
Now, to be fair, Akademiks has since taken accountability for war in Chirac so many times. He was actually confronted by a bunch of people out in Chicago for it a couple years back on Clubhouse. And on top of that, he's also done actual interviews with the people he was covering in Chicago. People like G Herbo, Chief Keef, Lil Reese. These guys have all sat down with him and done interviews, and they've also given him props for doing the war in Chirac.
I would cover Chicago again, just way different.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do the nicknames. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was at a time where shit, it felt like it was okay.
Yeah.
Me growing up, I'm like, nah.
When we was young, it was funny though. Like, we was tweaking off this shit. Like, man, he calling this nigga the Grand Reaper. He just calling this nigga Max Payne. He doing this. He calling this nigga this. You feel what I'm saying?
By the way, Lil Reese did put out a tape called Grim Reaper.
So if the people that you're doing content on don't feel offended, you're probably not trying to hear anybody else's opinion on it. I'm just keeping it real with you guys. Outside of Vic Mensa, there hasn't been too many popular artists in Chicago that.
Also, let's never conflate the feelings of people that now became rich off of the same thing that he got rich off of, and those who simply just don't care about other people. What he did was wrong, what they did was wrong. Both are wrong. G Herbo doesn't care about other people like that. None of them really care. selfish and self-centeredness is an ingrained fabric of American society. You shouldn't expect them to really be like, oh, I'm gonna press this dude. They don't care. They don't care.
Was actually pissed off that Akademiks was doing war in Chirac. Now, last night, DJ Akademiks responded back to Mona, and here's what he said.
And you're trying to say, well, there's lame people and not lame people. Well, the lame dudes created this for the most part. And again, we're not talking just podcasts. We're talking about, when we talk about how digitally.
Scribe is how you stop explaining the same thing over and over at work. Watch this.
Also, y'all should probably download Scribe. This is really a good software. I am not playing.
Media happens now. I think I played a great part in it because you know what? You get the Dusty Dyke bitch over Joe Budden podcast. I don't even know who she is. She can't stop talking about me. They keep talking about the war in Chirac, which, by the way, completely incorrect. The war in Chirac ain't won't pop me off, but you know the uneducated scammers like that will say that. And by the way, Shorty, please don't hop in a beef. If you ever want to squabble, let me. Oh, and people been saying you've been talking shit, but here's the thing: you're not relevant enough. You're filling out the Melissa Ford slot, Shorty. I know, and by the way, I went over to their Reddit to see the vibe. They want me to check you since Ice and Ish won't check you. You taking over the show, talking over people. Bitch, we don't want to hear the dyke bitch that's a white chick, come from Philly, nothing attractive, just saying a bunch of dumb shit, limited knowledge and limited vocabulary. We don't want her taking over the podcast, okay? Joe's too scared to kind of say something because you giving that masculine energy. So they're hoping, you come in and simmer her down that the cast could be a little bit more calibrated. I've done a lot of favors. I'll do this one later. She's just not that relevant. I got to give it up no matter what because you know what? I'm all about let's keep the same energy. You know, everybody said, yo, Maino's tough. Yo, you talk shit to X, Y, and Z. You ain't going to say nothing to Maino because Maino's tough. All right, bet. So I got to keep the same energy. Bet. Let me do the Maino shit. Cool. Then you get the dyke-looking bitch on Joe Budden podcast. Like, is she piling on? Like, we don't know you, shorty. Like, you on Joe Budden podcast, keep doing what you're doing. I ain't even mad at you or whatever you're doing, but it's like, nigga, you've been trying to get on my radar. I don't know you. You're just like this ugly dyke old bitch, bro. Like, come on. That sound like you've been smoking cigarettes for 25 years. I don't want to get on your ass because, number one, I know how that's going to go. It's going to be in your favor on social media. Bitches is going to want to support you because they're going to think, because that's what they do. They support these loser ass thinking that's how they take me down. But then you got the bitch on Joe Budden podcast. Bruv, I don't know if Joe not paying you enough. Joe getting $20 million. You don't need to do that cloud chasing because I don't think nobody even watch your shit. I think you got your own podcast. You know Joe, my mans. Me and Joe, we had an iconic show. Bro, don't bring your little issue with me over there. Like, keep it on your podcast and nobody watching. Like, Joe not gonna give you a raise. He's getting $20 million. Y'all keep getting y'all $300 or whatever the fuck y'all getting. It's okay. So that's my thing. But it's like Voltron. They're all trying to form because here's the thing. When you're popular, I keep telling you it's like a Drake effect. I'm not necessarily calling myself Drake of this shit, but that does work.
Now, first off, Joe, do not fall for the bait, brother. Akademiks wants you to start cracking the whip, start making Mona feel uncomfortable, which eventually might lead to her leaving the podcast or possibly getting fired. Don't do it. And now, secondly, everybody knows Mona is a verbal crash out. She does not give a fuck who talks about her or what people say about her. And you gotta remember, she's a comedian, somebody who jokes and insults people professionally for a living. And she's also from Philly. So if it comes down to it, she will put hands on you in person. However, the only thing is, I don't think Joe is going to give her much of a chance and opportunity.
Yeah, Joe Budden. Yeah, I think Joe Budden's a misogynist. Yeah, I just see that. Because he's going to be like, hey, you need to stop talking to men like that. And then he's going to be like, well, why can't men talk to women like that? Blah, 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 blah. Whatever. I don't know. Let's see what Maino said to Akademiks. Okay, let's see. Maino responds to Akademiks part 2. Damn. There's a 1 and a 2? Hold up.
DJ Akademiks, you talking again? You let your pride and Hennessy get you to the point to gas you up to say things that don't even make no sense on the internet?
He was saying he was playing, so I gotta give him credit for that. Akademiks, that's what I'm saying. Old niggas don't play about that shit though. I'm not honest with you. And Akademiks, I don't think he had any Hennessy with him in that video.
You could have left this alone. You said something first or said something back. We could have left it at that. Come on, look. You ain't winning nothing. DJ Akademiks, you talking again?
All right, let's see what he says in this part 2, and we just summarize what probably part 1 had in it. And then we're going to see what Charles Dwight said too. This is a whole little universe, okay?
DJ Akademiks. Hey, buddy. You nasty little animal. How you feeling, brother? Check this out, man. You think you so smart. You think you the most intelligent person in the room, my boy. You're so cocky. You're sitting over there with your makeup on and sitting in your basement. Akademiks. The king of the internet. Boy, you ain't nothing but the king of your basement and all those weird little sex toys you got down there. So, here's the thing. First and foremost, I've never been in my entire life accused or locked up, arrested for any sexual anything. Sexual assault, sexual anything, nothing. So you gotta miss me with that one and maybe look a little bit deeper in what you going after. And if you're gonna like post niggas saying old footage of niggas saying foul shit about me, post the documents, nigga. Post the receipts or whatever you talking about. Because you think you're so smart and you're talking about jokes. Nigga, I told you you had an opinion on us, and this was my opinion on you. You called them jokes. You said you was talking about the truth. Well, maybe you just mad that my truth is a little bit more better than yours. Because I don't want to hear nothing about what we wearing, how old we are, rappers becoming podcasters, washed up this. I don't want to hear nothing about none of that. Unless you're going to give us a detailed explanation on why you thought it was cool to have a conversation with a 15-year-old boy about another man fucking him and you pushing him to embrace this.
Ain't no lie, this warrants a crash out via Akademiks. Also, did y'all get the Nike SB Nard Wars? These hoes is icy, boy. Dead homies, these is hard. Shout out to that white guy. Anyways, I just wanted to show y'all that. I get kids. I'll make sneaker content like that, so.
This gay agenda of yours. Like, until you explain this cringe-worthy phone call, right? On what was the stream, right? Until you embrace that and give us a well-documented explanation. And I don't want to hear no half-ass apology, nigga. I want to understand what the mentality is behind you. Why did you think that was cool? And this is not the first time you said some weird shit about children. So not only do we got to watch you around the women, because you got this distaste and anger towards women, but we got to watch you. We got to watch out for our boys. This is your words. Would you let such and such, fuck you. Why not? Who plays like that? No.
The internet has ruined the gangster persona, though. I'm gonna be 100 with you. This ain't gangster at all. But Akademiks did. I don't know how. Akademiks might be paying somebody, or he has a good PR team. I don't know, because that was some weird stuff when he did ask that 15-year-old boy, like, would he like that was weird, and he don't really have no justification for it. He was just like, blah, like, and that's hey. He might be into some freaky deaky stuff that's under the covers. But that's for some woman to expose him later on down the line. Maino. I don't know why you took him so serious. Maybe because you are the OG, quote unquote, whatever the fuck that means. And y'all don't like playing with that shit. That rhetoric, none of that. So y'all lose y'all mind. Y'all killing it over that. And I feel you. Honestly, if a nigga said that about me, I'd be like, fuck it. But if he kept going in on it, pause. That's funny. Me and my homies would show up to his door and, kidnap him probably. So I understand the full spectrum of both why y'all both are at each other's necks now.
No grown man plays like that. That has never been cool. So this is what I'm saying. Until you give us a well detailed explanation of what was going on in your mind, and we don't want to hear nothing about what you're talking about. We don't want to hear your opinions on us. We don't want to hear your opinions about what we wearing, nigga. We don't want to hear your opinions about anything. You talking about having these evolved conversations like you the smartest nigga in the room, but you over there talking about having sex with a 17-year-old child. So I want to say this, man. I want to apologize to the mothers and the daughters and the families of the victims of sexual predatory behavior, because we've allowed in our culture, we've allowed niggas like this to persist, to have an opinion. We've allowed it, and I want to apologize to them. I'm sorry. This is crazy. We have, like, this nigga should have been stepped on you, and that is the absolute truth. Because here's the thing.
All right, I'm seeing why he's crashing out. Somebody said that to me. Never mind.
Somebody said to me, they said, Maino, well, if you knew this about him, well, why did you do shots with him at the concert? And I said, you know what? That's a good question. But the truth of the matter is, I did not know. I don't pay you no mind. I'm not patched into you like that. I'm not into what's going on with niggas. I'm so concerned with my old life and being a washed up nigga that I'm not that patched in. That wasn't that important to me. I didn't even realize that was happening. But you know what happened? Soon as you start running your mouth, all the information started to come in. And I don't give a fuck what you think you posting, boy. What you think you saying, boy. You understand it? None of that shit means nothing. Because until you explain to the world, to the families, the victims, of what type of nasty sexual traditions that you used to having, this ain't cool, nigga. We ain't alike. And let me tell you something about being old, since you think that you so young. In this life, brother, you're gonna be an older man longer than you be a younger man. The name of the game is to live, get old, and do what you gotta do. Live on. You wanna die young? I don't. I'm happy to be here. You don't know me. You don't know what I've been through to get here. You don't understand my life. You don't know what I got going on. You don't know what it is or what it took for me to be here. I'm happy. I wake up every day and I'm proud. I look myself in the eyes and I'm proud of who I am as a man. Okay? You talking about kids. You talking about having sex with kids. Well, let me tell you something what I do with kids. I do a lot of giving back to kids. I do a lot for the kids in my community. All the time. Okay? So, again, since you're so smart and everybody else is beneath you, We don't want to hear nothing else about nothing else until you explain to us in detail. 100%. We need.
My bad, y'all. It's hot as hell in here. The heat is up because it's cold. But damn. Also, Maino, I don't find nothing really wrong with what he said. Just, I mean, the 15-year-old shit, or I think that the kid was 14 actually. Doesn't really matter. Still a teenager. But yeah, it was just weird. That whole thing was weird. Joe Budden didn't say nothing about it because he's scared of academics or their friends, whatever. If my friend is caught talking to a 14-year-old boy, 14-year-old girl, kid in general, saying, "Would you let him?" Now I'll be like, "Yo, bro, I'm talking shit about you, dead homies." Joe Budden has selective caring, just like everyone else. I'm a hypocrite too. I actually care about kids. Most people really, like, we gotta really understand. A lot of people don't care about kids. A lot of people don't care about women and kids, women and kids, women and kids, women and kids, and elders and kids, elders and kids. They don't care about none of that. They're stuck in this siloed way of thinking that is very sick, very toxic, and very hateful. That's just what it is. Back to Maino, though. He ain't saying nothing that's wrong. But will I stand on this hill? After Akademiks was just saying I'm joking the whole time? No, I wouldn't.
To understand. That's it, man. I ain't got nothing else to say. I ain't got nothing else to say, bro. It ain't even. We don't even have to talk no more about this. Just let it go. Let it go. Let it go.
If Max said he wanted to try fucking a dude, would you let him fuck you?
No.
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Yo, you can have. Wait.
If I can't fuck you, I'm cutting you off.
No, yo. Suppose he's like, yo, bro. Listen, yo, you always wanted me to be next to you. Now I could be inside of you. Pause.
Yeah, this is wild. Actually, let's go. What did Charleston White say? Osino? I don't even know who that is. Two months ago, huh? Alright, let's see. Is there... Alright, I guess we have to listen to Injala.
Companies get pissed when you do this, but they can't do a damn thing about it. This heater warms entire rooms and under.
It looks like Akademiks have tapped in Charleston White into his beef with Maino. Charleston White brought the I think this beef needed. We've covered this beef over the last couple of days. It hasn't really peaked in excitement, to be honest, but Charleston White done brought some new energy to this. Now, Maino yesterday went on his Instagram and he made some pretty crazy accusations against Akademiks, which led Akademiks to come back on his live stream last night to threaten to sue Maino for calling him a rapist, among other things.
Okay. Was it your lane when that lady said that you forced herself on her? Huh? Is that your lane?
Exactly my point, chat. You could tell he's in his feelings. We went from joking on each other. He's making accusations that you should know. It's the same thing we said about Drake and Kendrick. Once people start saying accusations like that, we're no longer in a joking mood, right? There's a few women who hit me up about Maino who would love to put things out. I have declined because once you go that realm, if you are publishing things that are false, accusing a man of doing some of the most heinous things, it means you want to take it another route.
Huh? Sexual, is that your lane? All word, because that's what you accused for, right? Ain't that the shit that you paid out for?
Maino, I can file a lawsuit for you for even saying that. I've never paid out $1 for any type of sexual or any type of allegations regarding sex or any woman. I've never paid out $1. That would be a lawsuit, but that wouldn't be too cool, right? But it just tells me you're in your feelings. You're just making shit up at this point.
So when Charleston White stepped in, Charleston White brought to the forefront that Maino was also accused of SA at some point by a woman, which I'll be honest, I didn't know. Maybe it's because I'm not really familiar with all the lore involved in Maino, but it's just disappointing to see how far this conversation has come. I thought particularly that after their first go around that we would have probably seen Akademiks on their show or them on Akademiks podcast. Who would have thought that 3 days in we'll be at a point where they're both calling each other grapists? This is sad for hip hop media, to be honest. Like, this is not a good look at all. Now, Charleston White was, I believe, on live and he called Akademiks and they began to discuss Maino, and let's just say Charleston White did not hold back. All right, Charleston White did a deep dive analysis into Maino and even says that he's thirsty to beef with a New Yorker.
Maino talking about cases and assault. Some random just sued me. Yeah, that's the one who sued me. I never got arrested. The cops looked at everything. Everything's on surveillance tape. They cleared me. Never got arrested. Nothing. Maino got arrested for sexual back in the day.
I was just finna go to that.
Now, he should be somebody who know when somebody falsely accuses you of some shit, you don't want to bring it up because they gonna hit that research button to realize the chick ain't get no money. I never got arrested. And all it was is she ran to the same lawyers that was trying to shake down celebrities and they filed a lawsuit. That's it.
He's not wrong. Tyrone Blackburn, you know the guy that was representing Lil Rod when he sued Diddy? Him, right? He's the one who represented a lot of other people when they sued celebrities. There was like an entire 6-month stretch where lawyers were literally like compiling 20 to 50 to 60 clients all at once to sue celebrities. Now, Tyrone Blackburn was also representing a girl who, by the way, is a Liberian girl from the East Coast. We got mutuals. She was suing Akademiks because she got a train ran on her at Akademiks' crib. And when I say a train ran on her, there's video, right, of her getting a train ran on her by Akademiks' 2 friends while he sleep. Now, she woke up and claimed that Akademiks somehow set this up, that he fell asleep on purpose. I don't know, bruh, right? But Ak was not one of the 2 guys who ran a train on her, right? She would also claim that, that she didn't want the train to happen, that she was intoxicated, she didn't remember it, and all that. But Akademiks was not the one who lay down or was a part of that train, all right? Now, when Tyrone Blackburn caught a criminal case a couple of months ago, a lot of his civil cases kind of crumbled because he's dealing with his own issues at the moment. So I believe he's currently facing assault charges or criminal charges. It's unclear exactly what the actual charges are, but he's facing some very serious charges right.
Let's see about this Maino stuff. Did Maino go to jail for sexual assault? This is public information, so no, rapper Maino did not go to jail for this. He was accused of it. He was exonerated and the charges were dropped. The accuser, a pornographic actress known as Melanie Monroe, real name Melanie Hennigan, is lying about the incident. Cell phone footage and other evidence contradict their claims. Champagne bottle. Maino hit her and kicked her. His real name is Jermaine Coleman. Oh, he has my same last name. That's why I forgot about that. Previously surveyed and serious. Oh, no. So I guess, they're all lying. So
right now, as well as a laundry list of people suing him. So he got too much going on to really represent anybody right now, which is why a lot of his cases is currently crumbling. Right? You haven't heard about this Lil Rod and Diddy case for a while, right?
Maino has a whole history of all of these things that I know if I bring it up, people will say, yo, y'all were just joking.
Tell me, let me do it. I've been waiting to get into it with a New York.
Maino, all the huffing and puffing he doing, when he was there that night when Troy Ave shot at Tax Stone. His girlfriend got shot in the face.
Yeah, I hate you hoe.
Scammers demand payment with gift cards. Don't share codes or personal details.
This holiday season, every macro bar is more than just a snack. It's a gift to your body, to our planet, to others. When every bite feels this good, sharing is the sweetest tradition of all. Give thoughtfully. Gift Go Macro.
Man, I hate you hoe talk tough.
He ain't had no energy for Troy Ave. He knew that Troy Ave did it. Hey, he had supposedly when the scuffle happened in the green room and the chain dropped, I guess he called himself like he was playing tough. He picked up Troy Ave's chain. He wore it for a year, and then after a year, he came out and said, yo, this chain is fake. So Troy Ave started saying, if my chain is fake, why did you wear the fake chain for a year? You know what I'm saying? So really, this is a guy like it's just that he's not that well known. When I Google Charleston White, a million things come up. When I Google Maino, there's not that much that comes up. I had to look real hard to find it.
I just know him from Love and Hip Hop.
Yeah, but here's the thing. He's trying to drag me to the place where people gonna be like, oh man, now you said that about some streets. He gotta see you in the streets.
Now, you stay in your lane, homie. You keep being our journalist.
Back and forth. They're not witty enough. They're not slicking up.
No.
Man, Ak a better man than me, bro. I don't give a damn about see me in those streets. Man, listen, bro. I don't care if you like a 50-star war general from D Block, bro. You come on this internet and is one thing y'all know when it comes to me, bro. One thing that I don't play around with. I don't even, bro. I'll die by that. You play with my name, and you put my name in any type of SA, Grapist, anything of those, I will go to the ends of the earth, bro. Ak a better man than me. Ak talking about, man, I still gotta watch what I say because, like, they want me to kind of crash out so they can take it to the streets. Man, take it to the streets with it, man. Right? Listen, if they like it, hey, bro, if they like it, come online and threaten to kill everybody in my family. Man, take it to the streets with it. I'm not holding back for nobody, bro. You play with my name and you put my name in those conversations, I'm going to hell and back about it. I think right now, Ak has the authority to go ahead and say whatever he got to say. I think Ak should be treating Maino how he treats Rory. I think Maino has said worse than I think Rory has said about Akademiks. That's just my perspective, though, right? Like, I don't think Ak should hold back at all, okay? Now, Charleston White will tell Ak, hey, let me do what I do, all right? Tag me, let me do the street stuff with Maino. Because that's my lane, that's not your lane. Now, one thing I do disagree with when it comes to Ak and Charleston, they would say, why Maino didn't have this energy for Troy Ave? I think with Maino and Troy Ave, they both have an understanding that when they see each other, somebody's going to get hurt really badly. So because that's the understanding, you don't really want to provoke that situation online. And so far, Maino really hasn't gotten on those street stuff with Akademiks, right? We do have to give him credit for that. Because the expectation was, Maino, they will start the street stuff. Oh, my God, when I see him on the beach. No, Maino ain't really been on that. Maino has been, I guess, hitting back with jokes and accusations, not really on the street stuff yet.
You keep staying in your lane as a journalist. I look for them big, bad, tough that bring this shit to the entertainment industry as if they street niggas. So he got my attention. So I'm finna be real disrespectful to that and see if he really with that shit. I want to see, homie, I really want to see the way he just talked to you. I want to see will he give me that same energy. And I'm willing to bet he don't.
He's gonna go too far, and he might. Anyways.
Thing 50 Cent of match me. I don't think Curtis Jackson can match me with my with his mouth.
Yeah, but you see, here's the thing though.
Pause.
The issue with you, that's why they don't want it, is that they know they can't beat you when they going back and forth.
I'm gonna disrespect their mama, their kid, they dead homie, and tell them I'm gonna call the police. You do something and make him sit on this. Cause don't none of them wanna go to Rockland Island.
That's true.
So I hope he gonna call. I show him and I shoot too. I shoot too. Ask the dude hit me at the barbershop. I shoot too.
Hey, and that's why they don't want to go back and forth with them like you. Because here's the thing, with them like you, they prey up on the fact. They say, all right, if we see you, we gonna f you up. They're like, good, we ain't gonna see him. We ain't gonna see him. You see how you be in the clubs, like. You notice people have to stop saying. You know they used to say that about you at first, right? They say
I don't be nowhere about myself.
Maino responded back, and I do want to kind of give Maino some credit. Maino ain't take the bait. Maino heard what Charleston White had to say, but Maino ain't really give Charleston White the energy. Because I think Maino understands that, nah. If I go to Charleston White route, that's a whole nother can of worms. But that man ain't never leaving me alone. So Maino responded, but he kind of ignored Charleston White completely and just addressed Akademiks.
DJ Akademiks. Hey, buddy. You nasty little ass.
I'm proud of Maino for not reacting to Charleston White. What's the point in reacting to Charleston White? No point in reacting to that. Just he's just gonna say stupid stuff, and you're gonna actually hurt him. Real bad news for Britt Loose Cannon. That's sad. Is this AI? Hold on.
NBA YoungBoy just confronted NLE Choppa after he dissed him, and what happened next has everyone worried about his life. Newly surfaced footage showing NLE Choppa and NBA YoungBoy in a heated diss track confrontation has gone viral, causing widespread talks across social media. The video, tied to the recent release of Choppa's new single KO, reveals a deeper feud brewing between two of rap's most talked about young artists. But behind the visuals lies a larger cultural shift that both artists now represent. The tension began shortly after NLE Choppa, who now goes by NLE the Great, released KO, a surprise single that directly names NBA YoungBoy. Built on a sample of Tupac's Hit 'Em Up, the song takes aim at
I can't listen to a white person ever say Tupac. It's Tupac. God damn, it's not that hard. Diddy was happy. Hmm. $50 Cent goes in Marlon Wayans and Marlon has Cassie gets served by escorts. Oh yeah, let's talk about that David stuff. I forgot about that. Man, I might go left. Man, this got 370. Who is she? Anyways. People are really racing. Wait, 2 seats per minute. That's a lie. Alright. I wanna see what Marlon Wayne says about 50 Cent. But do I really care? Do I really care? Nah, I don't care. Let's see. Where is the actual? Oh, he calls him a slave. Let's see.
Subaru is the largest corporate donor to the National Park Foundation, helping to protect our parks for future generations.
We ain't baby all close. But yo, look, Puff. Nah. You working with Puff for 30 years. You saw Big before he passed? Yeah. Bro, so you're close. Jack, what were you saying?
In the documentary, there was insinuations of, that Diddy possibly had something to do with both Tupac and Biggie. And,
Who's telling the story, right? You can skew. People very close to the situation. But you can create any narrative as a producer and as a director and as a storyteller. I can create a narrative. I could be like, you know what? You have. I could create a narrative.
Well,
I could
we see it all the time on reality shows.
Reality shows.
That's how
You're
they're creating
creating a narrative. It doesn't mean it's true. It doesn't mean it's true. I can get interviews. I can do this. I can get footage, and I could make you think this about that person.
Nah, for sure, yeah.
And that doesn't necessarily mean it's true. So for me, I think, look, 50 and Puff have a long-term beef. It's personal. It's
People
between.
are saying 50's wrong for doing it, but 50's right for doing it.
It's between him and Puff. And before it's between him and Puff, it's between both of them and God. Just the way Puff is down on his luck, and 50's kicking a man when he's down.
God is gonna.
If 50 ever luck turn up on 50, that you gotta be careful what you put out. There's a karma to every action that you do.
Passed?
Yeah.
Bro, so you're close. And Jack, what were you saying
And
about that?
I went to college with Puff.
Hang on. What were you saying?
I knew Diddy when he was Puffy.
Okay.
In the documentary, there was insinuations of, that Diddy possibly had something to do with both Tupac and Biggie. And,
Who's telling the story, right? You can skew
people very close to the situation.
But you can skew. You can create any narrative as a producer and as a director and as a storyteller. I can create a narrative. I could be like, you know what?
You have.
I could create a narrative.
Well,
I could be
we
like,
see it all the time on reality shows.
Huh?
Like,
Nah,
on
yeah,
reality
that's right.
shows,
Yeah,
that's how they're
creating
you write
a
a
narrative. It doesn't mean it's true. It doesn't mean it's true. I can get interviews. I can do this. I can get footage. And I could make you think this about that person.
Nah, for sure, yeah.
And that doesn't necessarily mean it's true. So for me, I think, look, 50 and Puff have a long-term beef. It's personal. It's
Well,
between.
people are saying 50's wrong for doing it, but 50's right for doing it. It's divided.
It's between him and Puff. And before it's between him and Puff, it's between both of them and God. Just the way Puff is down on his luck and 50's kicking a man when he's down.
God is going to.
If 50 ever luck turn up on 50, that you got to be careful what you put out. There's a karma to every action that you do.
You think we'll see that day?
Huh?
You think we'll see that day?
I don't think
There's no karma and retribution. I hate when people say that, especially black people. Because if there was karma and retribution, white people would have been. Anyways, yeah, no.
50 does dumb stuff. He's very smart, in terms of his business. I think he already had his.
I think we already would have saw it.
He got shot 9 times. He paid his debt early. So that's why he's like, F it. But, look, this is between him and Puff, and honestly, it's between both of them and God.
Yeah.
So, only God can judge, and both of them people will have time to sit with God and talk about and through everything. And right now is Puff's time to sit there and have a conversation, a much needed conversation with God. And, like I said, I know his kids, I know his family, I know 50. I've seen Tupac and Biggie, both friends of mine, die for beef. I think we all need to learn our lessons. And at a point, you're going to keep one-upping each other until the beef gets so out of hand that lives are at stake, and that's when you've crossed the line. And at a point, now it's no holds bars and bare knuckle boxing. When Puff come out, he gonna probably have the 50 Cent documentary ready.
Nah, you should let it
Someone's
go.
working on it now.
No,
You should let it go. Nah, that's.
I'm not mad at Marlon Wayans for saying what he said, honestly. 50 Cent speaks on incriminating videos. He didn't really say nothing bad. I mean, that's funny. I'm sorry. Fucked with him. Snoop a petty bitch too. Chevy Dance channels. Yeah. I mean, that's it. Thank y'all for tuning in. Like, comment, and subscribe. That's really all. We don't get into the David situation too. I'm just tired now, and we're gonna get into more probably of Akademiks and him on. Also, comment down below. I hope you get to this far into the video. Comment down below. Do you think Diddy and that Kurt Bowers person had a secret gay relationship? Anyways. Yeah. Thank y'all for tuning in. Yeah.